Hi there, I'm Aki from Aki Gaming, and welcome to another episode of My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours. Each episode, we will be putting two heroes into the spotlight and see who reigns supreme over the other. First, they will be judged by all of their attributes, which includes their stats, weapons, skills, etc. Then, we will put them into a battle simulator to see who's the better one when head-on. Not only that, we will be also giving them their best possible skill build and put them into the ultimate mass battle showdown to see who will be crowned the winner of My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours. Let's not wait any longer and introduce our contestants. Standing on the left corner, the Princess of Husbando, the first Kinshi rider in the game, the Blue Sky Warrior, Hinoka! And standing on the right corner, the skillful marksman from Husbando, the third child in the royal family, the prince at play, Takumi! And here we go, brother versus sister, bows and arrows, a siblings fight to decide who is the better bird riding marksman or woman. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? Round 1, stats and skills. Let's start with their base stats total. Hinoka has a BST of 150 and Takumi's BST is also 150. It's a draw. What about their hit points? Hinoka has 37 HP and Takumi has 40. Takumi scores first. Let's look at their base attack now. Hinoka's attack is 32 and Takumi is 35. Takumi strikes again, 0-2. What about their speed? Who is the faster unit among the two? Hinoka has a speed of 35 and Takumi has also 35. It's another draw. Now, let's look at the defense. Hinoka has 17 points in defense and Takumi has 21. Another point to the pineapple head. Last, their magic resistance. Hinoka has a resistance of 29 and Takumi has 19. Hinoka finally gets a first point. After comparing their stats, Hinoka is trailing behind by 2 points. She still stands a chance to turn the title round if she wins from here on. Next, let's compare their weapon. Hinoka wields a bow called Warrior Princess Zina. It has a might of 14 and effective against armored and flying foes. Besides that, it also grants her a 3 additional speed and allies within 2 spaces gets attack plus 3 during combat. What about Tak Tak? He wields the fishy bow that has a might of 12. It's effective against flying foes and has the ability of desperation, where he could make a follow-up attack before foe could counter-attack if his HP is 75% or lower. Furthermore, fishy bow could be refined to boost stats. So, who has the better weapon? According to the rating system from Game 8, Warrior Princess is rated higher than Fishy Bow. Hinoka scores 1 back. Next, let's look at their specials. Hinoka has Luna that treats foes' defense as if reduced by 50% during combat with 3 charges. On the other hand, Takumi has Glimmer that boosts damage dealt by 50% with a cooldown of 2. Once again, by referring to this link, Luna is rated higher than Glimmer. Hinoka equalize. Next, their passives. We won't be comparing their passive in B since Takumi doesn't have it. However, we will still go through it for your knowledge. Hinoka has Flyer Formation in B, a passive that enables her to move adjacent to a flying ally within 2 spaces. Next, let's start comparing their passive in A. Hinoka has Attack Speed Bond that grants her a +5 attack and speed during combat if she's adjacent to an ally. How about Takumi? He has Fury, an all-round passive that +3 on attack, speed, defense and resistance, but he will receive 6 damage after every combat. Again, by referring to Game 8, Attack Speed Bond is rated slightly lower than Fury. Takumi takes the lead again. Last, their passive in C. Hinoka has Flyer Guidance that enables flying allies within 2 spaces to move adjacent to her. And for Takumi, he has Odd Resistance Wave. At start of odd numbered turn, grants a +6 resistance to unit and adjacent allies for a turn. The bonus will still be granted even there's no allies adjacent. Who will take the last point? For the last time referring here, Flyer Guidance H Pass Odd Resistance Wave. So the last point goes to Hinoka. And that concludes round 1. With a score of 4 against 4, the result of the first round ended in a draw. Whoa, what an opener. I'm really looking forward to see how this is gonna pan out. Now, let's move on to round 2, Head-on Fight. For this segment, I'm going to use the FEH damage calculator by Andu Krandu. First, we are just going to let them brawl with their default skills and IV with no buff. Instead of looking at result for only one round, we will look at one full turn instead. And here's the result. Both gets to one hit KO their opponent. What do you expect when you shoot an arrow to a flying unit with mediocre defense, right? With that, it's a draw for the default fight. Next, how about we give them some skill inheritance? For your information, the build shown might not be the common way you build them, as it will optimize for the highest winning rate. For Hinoka, Warrior Princess, Moonbow, Fury, Chill Defense, Odd Attack Wave, and Attack Seal. For Takumi, other than his weapon being the fishy bow, the rest will be the same as Hinoka. And the result? Again, it's another one hit KO. They just don't have the defense to take an arrow, unless you give them Iot's shield. But even with that, there's still no definite winner. Hence, it's a draw for the skill inheritance fight. And with both fights ended in a draw, I hereby declare the result of the second round ended in a tie.
Guess those dice. Guess those dice.
頑張りましょうね。
Before we proceed to the final segment, let's look back at the results so far. Both Hinoka and Takumi are tied with 2 draws each, and obviously, whoever wins the last round will be crowned as this week's winner. So, which of the siblings will take home the title? Let's find out in round 3, Mass Battle. For this segment, we will be using the same damage calculator as round 2 to calculate how effective are they against all the other heroes. And the result will be in the form of percentage. Here's the formula. Instead of looking at the result for one full turn, we will now also consider the result of one round. And each category will be given a point for the winner, which makes it a total of 8 points. First, we will calculate the result with their default build. And since Hinoka has a bond skill, we shall look at the result as if there's an adjacent ally. Here's a result for one round of initiation. And Hinoka has a higher winning rate of 77% compared to Takumi with 65.2. Next, let's have a look at the result for one full turn by attacking first. Hinoka still has a better rate of 71.9%, which is 17% more than Takumi. Now defending. Here's a result for one round of defense. Very close score, but Takumi did better with a difference of only 0.1%. Moving on to one turn of defense. And Takumi once again performed better with a winning rate of nearly 70%. The score is currently tied at 2-2 at midway. Now, let's look at the result after inheriting skills. Who would perform better this time? For one round of initiation, Hinoka leads by 0.4% more than Takumi. What about one full turn by initiating first? And once again, Hinoka is still slightly ahead with 95.1% over 94.8. What if enemy attacked first? How different will the result be? For one round of defense, this time Takumi has the higher winning rate of 62.5 compared to Hinoka's 59.7. Lastly, let's look at the result for one turn of defense. Again, Takumi did better with 88.2% winning rate, nearly 8% more than his big sis. And that concludes round 3. With a score of 4-4, the result of the last round ended in another stalemate. Hence, ladies and gentlemen, With all 3 rounds finished with no winner, I have to announce the result of this episode. My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours concluded in a draw. What an outcome! Didn't expect all 3 rounds would end up to be a draw. However, from the result in the 3rd round, we can see that Hinoka is slightly better during player phase, whereas Takumi is better during enemy phase. But if you look at their exclusiveness, Hinoka is available at the normal summoning pool, but Takumi would only be available as some special banner. By considering that, you should already have a basic idea on who is easier to wield. So, what's your thought on the result? Who do you think should have been the better waifu or husbando? Let's discuss. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and press on the notification icon to Aki Gaming for more interesting content like this. You could also leave a comment below to suggest who would you like to feature in a future episode. By the way, for those who likes the challenge, could you come out with a build that has a higher winning rate than what I listed here? Do let me know. Here's the winning pair from last poll. Thank you for watching and hope to see you on the next episode of My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours.